Hey guys, welcome to the Lucimon Ledger. Got a deck profile for you today. It is, I'll be honest, I haven't been this excited for a deck in a while just because, like, we got such a cool synergistic core for this deck as of the most recent set, so I kind of want to profile this for you. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. We'll just go and get right into it. So we're on a Mother Shoto deck today, so we're going to be playing forward Mother D Reaper. You gotta play forward. There's real no other way around it. These actually get attacked sometimes, and this card's super important. That's all I can really say about it. Since we're not on any Digi-Eggs, we're on a hybrid engine, so we have Digimon, so we're on 6 Mercurymons, 4 of the blocker one, 2 of the newer one, and then we're on 3 and 2 of the Sephirothmons. So you can kind of mess with these numbers a little bit, but I would say, personally, I find this guy to be a bit more useful considering he's basically just 3 more copies of this one. But it also, his effect will give you your Mercurymon for Shadow Seraphimon, so this just overall better, I think. The Force Attack, however, is nice with the old one, so you do still want to play some number of it. And then for 5s, we're on 3 Mamemon, 2 Cyberdramon Ace, and 3 Rapidmon. So, Rapidmon's just, I guess, a personal tech at this point. You can play a handful of other things, but my top end is quite good with this. You'll see as we keep going along. I completely forgot this card existed until my buddy's like, hey, you can play Cyberdramon Ace, and I'm like, oh, let me see what this thing does, and it's actually amazing. It's just, it's basically a better Mamemon when you're hard playing it, because it goes 5 cards deep for your Tamer, and it doesn't care what kind of Tamer it is. Okay, yeah, ignore that last little bit. I forgot Mamemon is any Tamer as well, but regardless, it's just so you can get to your Tamers. They're basically how you win this game. This guy does have immunity if you have a green Tamer, so since we have Shoto in our deck, if we have the green Tamer up, this gets like half immunity to Digimon effects. You can still be reduced, you can still get, other affected, but you cannot be deleted or bounced, so, solid body for 7 cost. You get actually quite a bit of memory, so that's not that expensive. And then for our top end, this is the card I was most excited to get. If you saw my most recent posts, I was super happy to get Medieval Gallantmons. This card is crazy. And this is the 3rd card for the Mother Shoto engine. I call it the MMS core, Medieval Mother Shoto. But anyways, this card's just crazy. It has perfect synergy with Mother D Reaper. It's the real aggression that you need in a deck that has very little offensive pressure. And 4 copies just ensures that you see it since you don't have any search power for it, any of that kind of thing. We're also on 3 Shadow Seraphimon Ace, 3 Mega Gargamon Ace, and 1 Metal Seedramon Ace. I'm not entirely certain I want to play with these numbers still, but Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to keep this number. Mega Gargamon is kind of meh sometimes. However, he works great with Rapidmon. He is also a machine/cyborg for Marvin, which we are playing. So is Metal Seedramon. That's why I was thinking maybe just going more up into Metal Seedramon. He has an on-play effect as opposed to an on-attack effect. So he's slightly better if you have to hard play him. This card is still a strong 12k hitter. You can also throw Marvin under him and he gets to hit twice. So, they have their uses. And this card's just straight broken. It's so good in many situations. And unless it's removed, your opponent has a really, really hard time getting around your board. Excuse me. And as sort of an alternate win button, I have Quartzmon. You actually board a ton of crap in this deck, so if you can install the game out long enough, you can kind of get enough cards on the board to just Quartz and wipe all their stack out at once. From 3 to 0, and then an attack hits. I kind of would like to play a second one. I just don't own a second one. Oh, but this card is fantastic. It's at least a 1-of. Alright, so now on to Tamers. Here's the rest of our bulk of our deck. So we're on 4 Shoto. We're on 3 of the starter black tie from the Ace black starter deck. We're on 4 Satsuki, and 2 Marvin, and 2 Digimon Emperor. So these cards are like kind of how you get all your extra free memory, and they all have their own functions. We're on Mother D Reaper as an egg, so Shoto is an immediate 4 of include because uninteractable blockers just overpowered. Tai helps you actually like set up some of these really intricate block boards. You can use it offensively, say your opponent blocks your attack with something, or like say if you're playing in the mirror match, you can use Tai to just power up your guy to get over their Mother Reaper, and every time he uses his effect you also draw a card. So plenty of draw power with these guys, and the Digimon Emperors do come up as well. We are still full of other hybrid decks in the format, which means Ukamon's still everywhere, so it's just good to have this on hand, plus the extra draw power never hurt. Marvin. So this guy has a few unique functions. I don't know if you know, but you can use the Mind Link effect on these guys. You can't use their Mind Link effect per se, but once they're in sources, you can play them out with their effects during the end phase. You don't have to be on their specified traits to do that. So you basically turn your black hybrid guys into free Digimon. Marvin, however, has a unique function of giving your cyborg and machines jamming, which is great when you are considering Mega Gargomon, Rapidmon, and Metal Seadramon. They are all of those things. Oh, and Cyberdramon Ace. And he also gives you some extra draw power, letting you filter through your deck to draw your better cards, because you have an okay amount of those types in here as well. So just an overall good card. I just wouldn't play too very many of them. And once one is up, you can use his effect to discard the other one, since he has the trait as well. I kind of would like to play a 4th tie. I don't own one, unfortunately. I got all my ties from my buddy. I would maybe try and fit in another one, but 3 has been doing well so far. And the last card is just a 4 of option. I felt this was the most consistently strong option, with the exception of maybe X Program, but we're on way too many Digimon to really consider X Program, I think. Although your egg does effectively always turn it on, but it's going to be 4 Heaven's Judgment. This card can reach some pretty absurd numbers because Mother D Reaper is white, and she's always on the field. Medieval Gallant and all your aces are dual-colored, and they're not white. So if you have, say you have one of those in play at all, and your Mother D Reaper, that is 6, 12, 18, 24k, because you get 3 plus 1. So that's so much removal off of one card. 24 is enough to remove any 2 level 6s almost in the game. And if you have any other colors in play, it's just even better. You do still have to have a yellow or green Digimon and or Tamer on the field in order to meet its alternate requirement. That's why Shoto is so good with this, because you have access to this insane card with just playing Shoto, and with just playing Medieval, and with just playing Shadow Seraphimon and Mega Gargomon. All of those things meet the requirements for this, and that's why this card I feel like is a mandatory 4 of in the Mother Shoto Reaper decks, or the Mother Shoto Medieval decks. That's really all I have to say about it, though. It's an insane powerful card, and you actually have some unique ability to get a full board wipe using it. And I feel like in a control deck, you have to have some manner of security bomb, so you don't just randomly lose if you don't have any defense and your opponent can 0 to 5 you in one attack. So, it's something to really consider. There's a lot of other things I've actually considered for this deck as well. There's there's Ruin mode, there is Quartz again, like I said, there's Paladin mode, there's Gallantmon Crimson mode Ace, there's a lot you can do with this deck. It's just a control deck, so naturally you can fit in just about whatever you need to in it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. It's a little bit something back to what I used to show you, how I just love control decks, and this is a new take on it, so I just wanted to, go ahead and just post it. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. Feel free to change the list. It's nothing, concrete. I would just take my recommendations with like the Mercurymons, just because like those numbers have been doing very well. But obviously, if you're in a format full of people playing bounce decks, you might play more copies of the other Mercurymon. Also, both the new Mercury and the new Sephiroth have inherited plus 2k on the opponent's turn. That can be very good when digivolving to Shadow Serapimon. He's got like a 16k body at that point if you have one of each. And then on top of his minus 5k when something gets redirected, and the tie, it can get some really insane good defensive numbers, and yeah, I think you get the point. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the profile. Have a great rest of your week.